What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Now, if you're holding XRP, there's some pretty big news dropping for XRP, purchases, court cases, and everything else in this video, but all of it pretty good news. So if you're holding XRP, you're definitely going to watch this video to the end. And to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of cryptocurrency, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video if you're bullish. And with that being said, let's take a quick look at the overall cryptocurrency market. We're down about 1.04 trillion, just under 1% down on the day. Bitcoin taking a bit of a hit, down about 1.44. XRP holding on to that 50 cents, down just 0.15 with that news coming out today, which is pretty good news all in all. So what are we talking about? Well, first and foremost, we have the appeal that's going to come out, and this is the SEC's counter appeal against the Ripple appeal against the SEC's interlocutory appeal. It's all pretty crazy when you think about it, but we'll break it down for you in this video. So it says the Securities and Exchange Commission has further argued the need for a mid-case appeal over the finer points of law. So now we talked a little bit about this in my live stream. We know that XRP, or the Ripple Labs team, put in the counter appeal against that view of interlocutory appeal from the SEC. It says the SEC filed a response to a Ripple memo which argued the opposite as part of its ongoing case against cryptocurrency affiliate with the XRP team. It says, while XRP argued last week that the SEC hadn't made significant agreement to warrant an appeal, Friday's filing pushed back forcefully. So again, XRP and the SEC kind of going at it once again, which ultimately means the market does stall. So as we kind of walk through this, there isn't really too much with it. Now remember, Judge Torres voted and decided in favor of XRP, deemed that at the first point of sales of XRP, it was not a security. You can see there in July that they violated federal securities law and how it sold XRP to institutional investors. We know that that's not true, but the SEC continued to push. It's a three-part court case, both against two founders of XRP and one against the token. It says, Judge Rakoff did reject this court's legal conclusion that the existence of blind trading platform-based transactions precludes the application of Howey as a matter of law under virtual identifiable facts, sales of crypto assets by the issuer to investors on a platform. So this kind of appeal, and we can get a quick look at that now, that'll be coming up on your screen, ultimately breaks it down into three separate parts in which the SEC is arguing against law, it's arguing against some of the information that came out about the XRP team, and finally, and in conclusion, that ultimately they have to, and it will not affect the overall view or the overall court case against XRP. So it's a really interesting move from the SEC. That's kind of my view. Now, this will go ahead. Judge Torres can grant the interlocutory appeal. Doesn't necessarily mean that she will change her view. It doesn't necessarily mean that she will side with the SEC. My view is that it may be worth going through it because we already know that Judge Torres is essentially on the side of cryptocurrency, which is fantastic, given her initial viewing. However, what it does do is ironclad this view. It demands regulatory standards when it comes to cryptocurrency and massively supports digital e-commerce and digital products being adopted mainstream. So I think it's a very smart move. We'll see how this all plays out, but it's a very, very interesting document. It's a very, very interesting in terms of the appeal. But all of this, while all of this is going on, well, Ripple go ahead and buy the Fortress Trust. Now, you might be thinking, hold on a minute, what the hell is Fortress Trust? Well, they hold a number of different licenses. They actually have a Nevada trust license for asset custody. And fundamentally, it is a regulatory license product or company that they now own. You see there, Fortress Trust provides regulatory and technology infrastructure for blockchain organizations. Now, this goes along with a further purchase that they made earlier on this year, where they actually bought in Metco. So Metco for 250 million, a Swiss digital asset custodian and tokenization provider. So what you can really start to see now is Ripple building a portfolio, both in terms of regulatory framework and liquidity and token providers, to really set themselves up differently to every other project. They are demanding, they are seeking, they are absolutely trying to get regulatory clarity, not just for XRP, but for the wider cryptocurrency department. And I think that's very important. It says their licenses are a powerful enabler to build and deliver best-in-class customer experiences for enterprises, said Monica Long, the president of Ripple. So really thoughtful purchase, and I guess probably shows you, like I said, the demand that they had. That was the announcement that came on Twitter today. We announced announcing intent to acquire Fortress Trust, part of the Fortress Trust IO suite of companies. You can see it here, look, financial infrastructure, compliance, and operations made simple. Now, they offer a ton of things: qualified custodian, trustee, payment rails, fraud mitigation, crypto liquidity, accounts, regulatory security, vault compliance, just to name a few, all of which is great for the cryptocurrency asset space and probably more than needed right now. So I think it's a very sensible thing to do. You can see there, as early investors in Fortress Blockchain Technologies, we had the chance to get to know the team, its vision and technology. Since the launch in 2021, they built an impressive business with recurring revenue and a strong roster of both crypto native and new to crypto customers, said Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. And you can see there, finally, it says Ripple plans to invest in Fortress parent company Fortress Blockchain Technologies and its affiliate firm Fortress Pay Services. Now, for what it's worth, my view here, really setting themselves up to be part of this CBDC narrative, the digital currency that's coming for the wider space and the wider financial markets. Given the fact that XRP wants to go into this institutional side of things, they have a ton of products behind them. They're going to have regulatory license, up to like 30 licenses, I think, using Fortress Trust. It's going to be crazy. Now, when we take a look at the price analysis, we can see Ripple holding on to that 55.8 range, bouncing off the 20 EMA, but we've got some good volume looking to purchase in. Now, the market is expecting a push down. We've been talking about this for quite some time on the channel. We do expect this lower push down. 4825 would be the next point in which we could see Ripple push down to if we get some slightly better news. We could see it retest on the 50 at this kind of 50-60 range as we push up. 52-53, we talk about this support level quite a bit, but the problem we have on a number of parts, the 200 EMA, look at this top point here, is looking pretty bearish, as is the 100, looking pretty bearish. On the macro, if we come out into the daily chart, you can see Ripple is still looking pretty bearish overall, and we'll see how this kind of plays out. Volume is pretty down, RSI is slightly oversold, so we do expect a slight market relief, but then there's a potential push down back down to these kind of lower support levels with that token. However, we'll see what happens, but all in all, pretty good news fundamentally for XRP. They are continuing to build out while at the same time really standing their ground with this appeal and the interlocutory appeal as this goes on. We'll see how it all pans out. Let me know in the comments, though, what do you think? What do you think of Ripple? Are you still bullish? Or do you think the SEC is starting to get a grip on it? And as ever, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with everything going on in the cryptocurrency market. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.